I am joined here with Jacob Clucas, Coach Clucas, asshole. Um, birthday, birthday boy.
Yes,
He is
yesterday.
now 30, folks. He is now hit
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
old
whoa,
age. Sorry, how old are
whoa.
you?
I am 18 with 12 years experience.
Right. That's you should put that on a resume. Uh, yeah. So we are recording right after the U.S. Men's hockey just won gold against Canada. Fantastic game. Went into overtime, sudden death. USA pulls it off. Couldn't be happier for our country right now. That was fantastic, man.
Got our lick back from the All-Star game last year.
I mean, it was they nutted it out pretty much. I mean, they were yeah. You pause. It was ballsy. I mean, it was
Yeah.
what else? What else do I
No,
got?
it
Can I
it,
get out
it,
something else?
it was nuts.
Oh, that's a
Mhm.
good one. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, no, like it was just gritty. It was a gritty win, and it's exact. I feel like it's exactly what USA hockey's all about. That's exactly how I feel like we were supposed to win that game, anyways.
Yes. And I love how now seems like the last 2 years really with the classic they did last year instead of the All-Star game doing that. And then this year, it's bringing a lot of eyes to hockey.
Yeah, I
And
like
I
it.
And I love how now, like, Winter Olympic hockey is turned into what Summer Olympic basketball is.
Yeah, I'm cool with
So
that.
maybe not to the obviously the degree. Basketball is obviously higher, but
Well,
it's
yeah,
bringing
but
people together to have watch parties, and
I mean, I guarantee you this was a well watched gold medal game,
for
and
sure.
it started at 8 a.m. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I would there's
Yeah,
some
I mean,
there's people really wanting to watch.
we didn't get home till 2. I didn't get home till 3, and we made sure we were up and at 'em watching.
Right.
So
Yeah. So congrats to the US men's hockey team. Um, made our country proud.
needed it.
Yep. Also, we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the All Star Sunday. Um, Cliff's going to give his thoughts on that. We're also going to talk about the Bleacher Report. Was it top 100 quarterback rankings of all
Ye-
time?
Yeah, top 99, but it's
Top
yeah,
99.
basically top 100 might as well be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about some college basketball. Talk about Darius Acuff Jr. I think he's junior, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he ranks on Calipari's guard list because
That's a
surprise,
long
surprise,
exclusive
he's
list.
gonna be higher up there. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into All Star Sunday since that was on the
Yeah,
calendar.
so we already talked about obviously what was up with All-Star Saturday and
Yeah.
everything. We recorded Sunday morning, so obviously it was before the All-Star game. Now let's get one thing out of the way real quick. I think this format does work. I think the USA versus world concept does work.
I think so.
Got to get rid of the 3 teams though. Make it just straight up USA versus the world because one, obviously Luka and Jokic just didn't show up. And I think, and what we got to talk about is we have been for the last, I mean, really his whole career, but even just specific, like we've gutted LeBron for not really competing in this. We've said he's either killed the dunk contest or killed the All Star game, whatever hat. But when Luka and Jokic play literally 2 minutes in this game and then they'll just mentally check out, don't even play in the second game. Why isn't nobody talking? And I'm not even just it's just, I'm not even saying it just like for a LeBron thing. It's just, we're talking about 2 of the top 3, top 5, whatever you want to say, best players in the world. And they're not competing, but nobody says a word. But let that be LeBron, KD, and Edwards. And now we've got all kinds of opinions to say. So I want to know why we're not talking about that as much. But second, I think if you get rid of the 3 team concept and splitting up the 2 USA squads, and play, which I understand why you do, because with taking a world team, you're taking away all-star spots from other people that probably deserve it, which I understand. But just make it straight up USA versus the world in a regular, regulated NBA game. Or, if you want to change it to the way it was, right after COVID, where you played the 3 quarters and then you have a target score in the fourth quarter with no time clock to get to, something along those lines, but make it just one game. Because honestly, and I thought it too, because of the way the rosters were, I thought the world was just going to smack around USA.
Yeah.
That
was not the case.
Was not the case. Both USA teams met in the final, but the problem with that is once they both got to the final, nobody gave a shit anymore.
Yeah, they wanted to beat the world team.
Yeah, they wanted to prove a point, which is why I think you do straight up USA versus the world. And I think you get a little bit more of a competitive game going for the whole game.
Yeah.
So I think the format in itself does work, but they got to tweak it to just make it an actual game. Because the little tournament format, I don't think works. So yeah, I that's all. That's really my take on it. I really did like the concept of it. Obviously, I thought it was not very, but for the most part competitive. Even without Luka and Jokic competing for really, but I love how it makes it really does upset Wemby. I love that Ant Edwards competed. I love that we got to see a Kawhi spark against the world team. You could tell it mattered to them. So yeah. I think if you open that up to an actual whole game, you get to see more of those moments. You'll get to see moments where Wemby's like really trying, and then Ant goes, "Oh, okay, watch this," and maybe that encourages like Luka or somebody to be like, "All right, now Ant's going at me. All right, now I got to go back at him." So.
Yeah, I had some couple ideas that came to my mind when we were talking about this last week. You were talking about making it a regulated NBA game, but they've also talked about changing to European rules, or FIBA rules or whatever before or something to try and change up the game a little bit. They could try both of those out. They could try different rules out. But there needs to be, I mean, other than like playing for your country, there needs to be some sort of incentive that they should work on at the end. Kind of like what MLB used to do for the ALNL All-Star game, where you kind of got where you got the with the home field advantage for the World Series or whatever. But they could do something not like maybe not that extreme, but something for an incentive. But also another thing they you were talking about saying that they might take all-star spots away from people that deserve it if they go to that route, which may be the case, but that also should just go. That might actually help during the season. They're like, hey, these spots are limited. You're gonna have to play your ass off to get on this team to represent your country to to play.
Yeah.
So I mean, let's make it a little more competitive. I think that wouldn't be bad.
I think also that could potentially open the door for maybe people that should have made an all-star that didn't. Maybe that opens the door for more people to actually participate in like the dunk contest to be a part of All-Star weekend.
Yep. Like, hey, you were like, first off the list, but hey, you want to go do the dunk contest? I mean,
yeah. Which, by the way, going back to that just a real quick, because they did it right before, Dame posted a message between him and Steph saying essentially next year's 3-point shootout. Now, people do this all the time where they go right after the All-Star weekend. They're like, yeah, we'll compete in this next year. And then next year comes up and they don't. But I could see this part actually happening where Dame is trying to get himself, Steph, Clay, and D Book at least minimum into the 3-point shootout next year. And if they do, that 3-point shootout will be very electric.
Yeah, that'd be fun to watch.
And then Wemby had a dunk last night and then teased at potentially maybe doing the dunk contest at some point, which I think that alien freak doing a dunk contest would be insane.
That would be just watching his 7'4" ass trying to
I think he should go out there as one of his dunks. For regardless of what the score would be, I would go out there and just try to dunk without jumping.
I mean, that's not very exciting though.
I mean, but why not? Just to show off,
stand over the rim and
Just
just throw the
stand over the
ball in.
rim and just
Like, yeah, who else is doing that?
so. But yeah, I agree. We've been saying though for a while though they got to make this some kind of incentive base to get them going. I just don't know. I don't know if the home court advantage does enough because you got players that may be on non-playoff teams that it doesn't matter for them. So it does, But I don't know. I don't know what the incentive could be, but there's got to be something. But again, I did like this format. Now I say that, and I did like the target score format the first year they did it, and then the next couple of years it kind of just fell off. So I'm hoping that's not what this becomes if they decide to keep this and go this route again. I'm hoping that's not what this becomes, but I mean, again, I like the format. Like I think they competed for the most part, but except for obviously the championship game, but just get rid of the tournament little style and just make it a full game.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Clearly they're trying to change it and go different options and see what works. This was close. There's some, like we just said, there's some things we can tweak. So hopefully they can iron it out a little bit. We can get back to some exciting All-Star weekend stuff. So
yeah, let's make the NBA fun again.
Make the NBA fun again. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So moving on, because this is going to take a little bit of talking about. Let's talk about this Bleacher Report top 100. All right. So let's scroll because I'm not going to go through the entire list. I'm just going to kind of scroll through some of the names. Like, do we agree this low, this high, whatever? First of all, I think this is a wild take off the start. Ryan Tannehill is a top 100 quarterback. Is kind of a hot start already, as is. So I'll kind of just scroll through. If something catches your attention, Doug, you can stop me. Justin Herbert in the top 193.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll stop on some of obviously the current quarterbacks as well. This Trent Green being right here is kind of nuts to me. But moving forward, Andy Dalton, 88,
Red Rifle.
The Red Rifle. Coming in at 88, Archie Manning, not Arch Manning, but so yeah, Brad Johnson being this high, kind of. I mean, so just keep on going here. Again, you see some of the big names.
Pepper.
Yeah, Derek Carr at 77.
Yeah, future Colt.
Yeah, maybe 4-time Pro Bowler.
30. What did that say? Go back up. It's a 35 game-winning drives.
28 fourth quarter comebacks.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty good.
41,000 passing yards. People forget some of the it catches your attention with some of these guys where you're like in your mind you're like, oh, they were just mid in our time, and then you go back and look at their stats and you're like, oh my god, that guy threw for 40,000 yards.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alex Smith
probably would have been ranked higher if he didn't break his leg.
The beacon of consistency, Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
I mean, he's Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP.
True. Yeah. All right, we got Jeff Garcia. Here we go. Kirk Cousins. Kirko Chains.
You like that?
You like that?
That seems pretty.
44,000 yards, 26 fourth quarter comebacks, 33 game-winning drives. I can tell you none of those game-winning drives came on a Monday Night Football game. All right, so. And we got the black and whites here. How about that one?
Joe Burrow.
66.
6'6".
Two-time Pro Bowler, two-time comeback player of the year in his 6-year stint in Cincinnati.
Only 9 game-winning drives. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's great, but
I think obviously the Super Bowl appearance has a lot for that.
Yeah.
Matt Hasselbeck obviously made a Super Bowl as well in Seattle. Another former Colts quarterback.
Seasons, almost 37,000 passing yards.
So, continuing to move forward. Jared Goff.
Jared Goofball.
Jared Goofball. Also a Super Bowl appearance with the
Yep.
Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How many yards did he throw? Let's go back up.
he is at 39,000.
I mean, only 10 seasons. He could move up a few spots. He gets him a Super Bowl one of these years. He'll move up. Dak Prescott. Wow.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, 4-time Pro Bowler, 35,000 passing yards.
Yeah. I mean, Dak on any other team is probably a Super Bowl champion, in my opinion.
Well, it's not even that. It's just people are going to, like, I'm sure if we went to the comments of this post, I'm sure everybody's shitting on the fact that Dak Prescott's there. And I'm just going to be like, and again, I'm going to say, like I always do, if Dak Prescott didn't have the Dallas Cowboys star on his helmet, you all would have a completely different opinion towards Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Clear.
Dak Prescott is a hell of a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I don't know, Jim.
Does Dak Prescott eventually pass Tony Romo on this list?
I think he has to.
I think he has to.
You can. I mean, I would say
arguably saying it now.
Yeah, I would say he's probably he's got more passing yards already. I would say he's a better Cowboy quarterback than. I mean, they both only play for the Cowboys. So I would say if I'm ranking Cowboy quarterbacks, Dak would be above Tony Romo.
Yeah, I mean, if you came to me and said you could have Dak Prescott or Tony Romo as your quarterback, I'm going with Dak Prescott. I think every time.
And not only that, you can also go off of and just straight up, like if you wanted to just even, no disrespect to like Troy Aikman or anybody or anything, but like you could straight up just go, if you're going off talent alone, Dak Prescott's the best Cowboy quarterback ever.
Whoa, that's a hot take. But
just off talent, like
off talent, I maybe, but
Carson Palmer.
Listen, I mean, he threw for a ton of yards, though.
Yeah, and I think that's a slight disrespect to Carson Palmer being only one spot ahead of Tony Romo, because I think Carson Palmer was much better.
Yeah,
and I really like Romo, but
60 his career almost 63%,
46,000 yards, 34,000 yards. I mean, I know Romo's career was technically cut a little short due to injuries, but yeah.
This guy, I mean, honestly, this guy should have been probably top
10. Our commander in chief.
Yeah, it should have been a top 10 quarterback of all time. I mean, honestly, he's probably 2 Super Bowls, at least
2 Super Bowl deeps, at least 2 MVP deeps.
Yeah, I mean, in only 6 seasons, he threw for almost 24,000 yards, 171 touchdowns.
Yeah, and
20 game-winning drives.
6 total seasons. Yeah. That's nuts. All right, continuing on. How about Joe Flacco?
The guy still plays. I mean, look at that list of teams. They had to go to a different line.
Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco. 48,000 yards. Almost 50K. I would almost play another year and get the 50K.
I mean, to be honest, Joe can still sling it.
You get him behind a good offensive line.
Give him time. I mean, look what Philip Rivers just did.
With good receivers. Listen, Joe Flacco could still sling it.
Yeah. Mike Vick.
Yeah, obviously career cut way short due to personal reasons. But
I'm a big Mike Vick fan. Obviously because of Lamar Jackson, kind of modeling this game after him. But
he opened the doors for everybody.
Yeah. I think that's probably good spot for him. He really didn't have that many. How many rush yards did he have? 6,000. Lamar's probably already past that.
Oh, well, yeah. We got Drew Bledsoe, Rich Gannon. All right, we're getting down on this list now a little bit here.
Joe Theismann, Steve McNair.
Air McNair.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
At 45, yep.
Phil Simms.
Cam Newton.
Cameron Jarrell Newton, my guy.
Damn.
Hey, listen, you remember I was the biggest Cam Newton fan.
It was hard not to like Cam, I think. You respected his game. He only played 11 seasons. He really should have played almost 20. He probably should be still playing.
11 seasons, 32,000 yards, 194 touchdowns, 5,000 rushing yards with 75 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, just that. I mean, he's higher on that list if he wins that Super Bowl.
Donovan McNabb. Mr.
Matt Ryan,
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
And listen, and there's an argument for him to be higher on this list.
Yeah, I mean 62,000 yards, almost 63.
Yeah. And a 66 percent completion percentage with almost 400 passing touchdowns.
And his QBR, I guess his QBR is 93.6 for his career.
Yeah.
His QB rating.
Yeah. And then, he's an MVP. Like, yeah, I get it. He's part of the all-time choke job in a Super Bowl. But, that's not really his fault. That's
not
more
really
so
his fault. His defense's fault. But that's really Tom Brady's fault. But
got Randall Cunningham. So we keep going down the line here. Josh Allen, 35. Which I'm sure probably by the end of his career, we'll probably see him in the top 10.
Yeah, I
would assume he gets 2 or 3 more MVPs. Hopefully, he wins at least 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, well, maybe not. He needs at least one, but I mean, I still think there's an argument for him to move back a little bit. I mean, we talk about how great Josh Allen can be, but how great. I
would have Matt Ryan in front of Josh Allen all time.
Right, 100%. And he's 8 seasons and 30,000 yards. I mean, I guess that's good. But
and by the way, I just want to state, I read the top 10 of this list. I have not seen anything past the top 10, so everything else is going to be kind of like news to me. When I saw the article, I just went straight to the top 10. I didn't. Really
99 players.
So, all right, the great Joe Namath,
yeah.
Phillip Rivers, still slinging
still playing.
I mean, arguably could have won comeback player of the year this year. I mean,
you beat Seattle. It's close.
63,000 yards, 425 yards. I mean, yeah, Phillip Rivers. I mean, you just add a Super Bowl to his resume, and he's much higher on this list.
Yeah, you had a Super Bowl. He's close to top 10.
I think you even add an MVP. He's close to the top 20 range.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we keep it going here. Moving on. We have Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
And to answer your question, yes, obviously more rushing yards than Vic. I think he's right. I think he's either just above Cam or he's just short of Cam. I can't remember which one.
Yeah, the pass yards are low, but that's just because he's not that type of player.
Yeah, but running too. So
yeah. I mean, the 6,500 in 8 seasons, 6,500 rush yards. Lamar's obviously going to be higher on that list too if he ever gets him a Super Bowl, but we'll see. I mean, Lamar. I mean, honestly, quarterbacks play for so long. He's only played for 8 seasons. I mean, you're talking. We have maybe 10 more years of Lamar Jackson, at least 8.
Yeah, I mean, just depending on play style. Like if injuries obviously play a part in that as well.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you stay healthy. I mean, these numbers for these younger quarterbacks and like the.
Well, I think the most impressive stat out of all that is this.
The record.
Yeah, they're 71% win percentage when you play.
Yeah. Yeah, and that 102.2 rating too.
Yeah, we just got to turn the playoff numbers around. That's really it.
But I mean, no, honestly,
we got to make sure Mark Andrews actually holds on to the damn football.
Yeah, somebody get that man some better gloves.
Russell Wilson. I think he would have been higher on this list with an MVP as well.
That and that other Super Bowl, but
yeah.
I mean, still though, he's
46,000 yards, 353 touchdowns, 32 fourth quarter comebacks, 40 game-winning drives. I mean, people forget here's the problem with most quarterbacks is when they play later into their career and they start to fall off, we only remember what we've seen last, and we don't remember how great we actually, like Russell Wilson actually is. You bring up Russell Wilson's name now around a bunch of people and say, oh, he's an all-time great. People will actually laugh, and it's like, no, he was actually great. Like,
oh, yeah. Oh, Russell Wilson was a great quarterback.
Like,
10-time Pro Bowler.
Like, could you also imagine, like, if RG3 would have just stayed healthy, that draft class it was literally Luck, RG3, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins in the same draft class.
Yeah. Yeah, people forget about that.
So, we have good old Eli.
Eli, I still think that's a little low for him.
Listen,
That's the Tom Brady killer. He's got 2 Super Bowls,
I
2
mean, I
2
get it, but
but no MVP, I guess.
he literally outside of the 2 Super Bowls that against yes Brady has nothing else to show for it.
He
Like,
literally has a 50%. He's 117 and 100 for 117 on record.
on yeah,
50%. That's
yeah,
not great,
and I mean
but
he literally almost has the same amount of interceptions as touchdowns. I mean, love
yeah.
Eli, and listen, I can't take anything away from him. He beat the GOAT twice in the Super Bowl. One time you can call it fluke, twice it's no longer a fluke. But I mean, outside of that though, there's not even a sniff of a Super Bowl outside of that. Like,
Yeah.
so
That's
it's kind of
partly
hard.
because he played for the Giants, though.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. And I mean, you want to talk about somebody that could have been much higher if he just had Super. I mean, this guy went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost all 4. I mean,
That sucks.
I mean, poor Jim Kelly, but
yeah.
he literally, I mean, he gets 1 or 2 of those 4. I mean, he's much higher on this list.
Yeah.
So we continue to move on. Warren Moon. All right, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, I mean,
This
Matt
is
Stafford should be a lot higher than that,
This is
especially with
nuts.
this now. He got MVP. He's got him a Super Bowl.
64,000 yards.
And yeah, I mean, and he's probably going to play another maybe 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, and people are going to look at that because we just made fun of Eli with like, brother, he played for the fucking Lions. Like,
50 game-winning drives, 39 fourth-quarter comebacks, 423 touchdowns.
Yeah, Super Bowl champion, MVP,
And
3-time Pro Bowler.
And half of his career, or more than half, was playing with the shitty ass Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and people are going to look at this as well and be like, "Oh, he's only a 3-time Pro Bowler." There's a couple things with that. One, the Pro Bowl nowadays don't mean anything. So
Yeah, honestly, I would take that out as a stat.
Going forward, well, I think previous quarterbacks can keep it in their resume because it mattered back then. I think going forward from like any quarterback from like the Josh Allen, Lamar era on, it doesn't need to be part of the resume because it doesn't matter. Like, it's a joke. I mean, Tyler Huntley and Shedeur Sanders were making Pro Bowls. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
And that's no slight to them, but
well, a little bit.
That's just where the Pro Bowl's at now. But this is a joke, and this just pissed me off.
Yeah, he needs to be at least top 15, at least. Troy Aikman.
Like, I mean, he literally doubles Troy Aikman's yards. Literally doubles his yards. 32,000 yards, 64,000 yards. 423 touchdowns, 165 touchdowns.
Well,
he almost triples him in touchdowns.
Yeah, but Aikman's got 3 Super Bowls.
Okay, yeah. 165 touchdowns, 141 interceptions.
He got 3 Super Bowls.
I mean, I get that, but you're also playing for what the time was an
all-time
great Cowboy team.
I know. Game was a lot different, though, back then.
Kurt Warner, okay? I'm not mad at this.
Now,
I like Kurt Warner.
Yeah, I do,
put
too.
him up part of Matthew Stafford.
I will say, though, I think his yards are lower than I thought they were going to be.
Well, yeah, you got to remember, he only had the couple of years with the Rams, and then he essentially kind of went away, was a backup, essentially, for Eli's startup in New York. And then kind of went away again for a little bit, and then popped off again with Arizona for his Super Bowl run, and then just kind of retired after that. So,
yeah.
I mean, but yes, lower than what you would think. But yeah. So 18, Kurt Warner. We got Roger Staubach. Big Ben, 16.
I mean,
2-time champion, 64,000 yards. I think he should be a little bit. I wouldn't say top 10, but I would say he's got to be creeping on that
closer. I'm saying more of the 13, 12 range.
He's got to be creeping on that borderline.
Yeah. So he was part of that 04. It says here it's part of this 04 NFL draft class. I had Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, and Big Ben. I didn't realize they were all in the same draft class.
Yeah, and was the best quarterback of that class.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing he didn't have was an MVP.
I mean, yeah, really. 2-time champion, 1-time offensive rookie of the year, 6-time Pro Bowler. So, I mean, yeah. 15, Terry Bradshaw, who I think is the most overrated quarterback in NFL history. I mean, the guy literally, look at this, 212 touchdowns, 210 interceptions with a 50% completion percentage. I get it. The 4-time Super Bowl champion, I get it. But there's no way, even with the 4 championships, I'm putting him above Big Ben. There's just no way. Can't do it. Like, we got Bart Starr at 14, Fran Tarkenton 13, Otto Graham at 12, 11, Johnny U. So here we go. We're getting ready to get into the top 10, Doug. 10, Dan Marino.
Good spot for Dan.
Yeah, I mean, arguably one of the 3-4 most talented quarterbacks we've ever seen.
Yeah, he just didn't. He never got him that Super Bowl.
Just never got over the hump.
Which if he did, I'm putting him in. He's closer to that top 5 range. But yeah, I mean, to play 17 seasons also back then is tough,
unheard of.
Yeah.
And also you got to remember he's playing in an era where he finished with 61,000 passing yards. That's an era where they weren't throwing the ball. Like they were the only team throwing the ball.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, 9, Steve Young, obviously the heir apparent to Joe Montana with the 49ers. And filled in great for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think
we go on number 8. I think this is a little low for Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees is one of the most underrated quarterbacks ever.
This is the jump. This is the jump for me. Like, you're talking 80,000 pass yards
in 20 seasons.
20 seasons. And it's only he's got an MVP, Super Bowl MVP. He's got a Super Bowl trophy.
The fact he didn't have a league MVP is kind of asinine.
That I was going to say, that's the only thing you don't have. I mean, he's completed almost 70% of his passes.
571 touchdowns.
53 game-winning drives. 36 fourth-quarter comebacks. I mean, yeah.
And people forget there was a time where between the San Diego and New Orleans, we thought Drew Brees, because of his medical, wasn't ever going to play again.
Yeah. And I'm a huge Drew Brees fan. I think, he's also a great person too off the field. He never got in any trouble. He was never in the news for stuff like that. I think that matters too. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's low. I put him over Brett Favre.
7, we got Brett Favre. Now, I like Brett Favre more than most people. Brett Favre was like my first quarter, like if we were to go off of, if you were like basing your fandom off first team, first player you ever watched, I would have been a Packers fan because they were the first team I watched. Brett Favre was the first like football trading card I had. So it was like, but I like Brett Favre more than most people do. But I mean, 71,000 yards, 500 touchdowns. I mean, Brett Favre,
3-time league
like him or hate him.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't put Brett Favre over Brees.
Only 1-time Super Bowl, but I mean, so moving on, 6, John Elway.
Yeah.
Which is about right. Top 5. Number 5, A-Rod. We got 4-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP, 1-time Super Bowl champion, 10-time Pro Bowler, 66,000 yards, 527 touchdowns, 25 fourth-quarter comebacks, 37 game-winning drives. I mean, outside of probably Brady, when you think clutch, fourth-quarter comeback quarterback, you're thinking of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that 3,000 rush yards is kind of high. I thought.
Oh, yeah, Rodgers moves.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not right now, but
not right now.
How many seasons has he played? What was he at?
He is at 21.
Okay.
4, Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, here's a guy. He just,
9 seasons. He's got 3 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, 3 Super Bowl MVPs. I mean,
Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And he's already at 35,000 yards, which is more than probably half this list has already.
I mean, you're talking when Patrick Mahomes is all said and done in probably 10 years, you're talking he's going to be throwing, closer to that 80,000 mark.
Well, yeah, and he'll be competing with Brady for the GOAT.
Yeah. To be where he's at right now, that actually putting the stats out there is insane. I mean, 66% completion percentage and almost 2,700 rush yards, 19 rush touchdowns. That's no slight either.
75% win percentage when you play. I mean,
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
number 3, the Sheriff.
The Sheriff.
Peyton Manning, which if you want to debate to, for Manning, anywhere up to as high as 2, obviously you can.
Yeah, I think this kind of goes unquestioned.
Joe Montana 2, Tom Brady number 1.
So let's go through let's go through the Joe Montana and the Peyton Manning stats. Let's go back here.
So 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 4-time champion, 1-time Offensive Player of the Year, 8-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 40,000 passing yards, 273 touchdowns, 139 interceptions. Obviously all of them with San Francisco, and then the last of his career in Kansas City. And then we go to Peyton. 5-time MVP, 1-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time champion, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 14-time Pro Bowler, 7-time All-Pro, Comeback Player of the Year, 71,000 yards, 539 touchdowns, 251 interceptions, 54 game-winning drives, 43 fourth-quarter comebacks. I mean,
there's an argument to put him above Joe Montana.
For sure.
The other, because Joe has 2 more Super Bowls, I think that does matter.
It sticks out more.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was 4-0 in the Super Bowl.
That matters.
Factor that in.
But then you just talk about the yards. Peyton threw for 30,000 more yards than him.
He threw for Patrick Mahomes amount of yards in front of him.
How many more seasons? He played 17. How many did Montana play?
I think Montana
15, so close. 15, yeah.
So
you talk maybe Montana puts up another 2 seasons, maybe another 8,000 yards, maybe less than that, 7,000. But then we'll go back to Brady's stats. Let's go through his real quick. Since obviously Brady's the GOAT. I don't think that was anybody's question. Nobody was questioning that one.
Hello.
I'm still here. I'm here.
No, I'm
just kidding.
Anyways, yeah. Brady, 3-time MVP, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 7-time Super Bowl champion.
That's still fucking insane.
2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 15-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 1-time Comeback Player of the Year, 89,000 yards, 649 touchdowns, 212 interceptions, 64% completion percentage, 46 fourth-quarter comebacks, 58 game-winning drives.
And he won 75% of his games.
And 7 Super Bowls.
And how many Super Bowl MVPs? 5 of the 7? Yeah. Who got the other 2 of his Super Bowl?
Deion Branch got 1, and then Julian Edelman had the other. So
that's insane. All right.
So, but now in doing that, Doug, I had to make my own list.
Oh, I'm sure. So how far did you go?
I just did top 10.
Okay.
Obviously, I wasn't going to do.
Okay.
So
I didn't think you were going to do 99, but.
No, not at all. So number 10, I'll take Steve Young. We've obviously been through these guys' stats already, so we see. But I'm going Steve Young at 10. 9, I'm going John Elway. I did drop him and Steve Young obviously a little bit, but 9, I'm going John Elway. 8, I'm putting Matthew Stafford in the top 10. I told you this in the regular season. He's top. If you're taking his stats and everything into consideration, he's a top 10 quarterback all time. I think him and Drew Brees are the 2 most underrated quarterbacks of our time.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're not talked about enough. And obviously, I think the MVP this year put him up in that echelon.
Yeah. Yep.
7, I have Drew Brees. I just think there's just a lot. Like, it's Drew Brees again.
1,000 yards.
I get it, Doug. But Brett Favre, the 3-time MVP, does, and I mean he broke originally Brett Favre's records. But I mean Brett Favre. It's just more so. Brees was the beacon of consistency, but just if I'm going just off the eye test, Brett Favre was just slightly better, just off eye test.
Okay, I get it.
5, I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Aaron just wins another Super Bowl, we're talking Aaron's top arguably top 3.
How many yards did he have? 66.
Yeah, I mean, and he still can add to it this season if he plays.
Yeah, true.
All right, number 4, you're gonna hate me for, Doug. 4, I'm going Peyton Manning. Because 3, I went Patrick Mahomes. Because I said after his last Super Bowl, I said I think if I'm just taking the trajectory that he's on,
yeah,
and what he's already done with 3 Super Bowls, he's on a path to be there. I think after the 3rd Super Bowl, I had to officially put him over Manning.
Yeah. So the thing that stands out for me and always has been for Peyton Manning is the interceptions. 251 picks is a ton. How many did?
I mean, he threw how many his rookie year when he came in and he threw? I think he threw. I mean, it was a lot.
20 something.
I mean, and here's the thing. I get it when you have a quarterback that's high volume throwing like Peyton, like Tom. I mean, Tom didn't throw a whole lot of picks, but those guys, Peyton, Tom, Mahomes, Breeze, like if they have a lot of interceptions, I'm sorry, like I gotta live or die with this guy leading my team. If he throws picks, he throws picks. Like I just gotta live with that.
Yeah, the 150 mark is like what's okay with me. And Patrick Mahomes only throwing 85 picks.
So Manning threw 28 picks his rookie year.
I was like, yeah, I knew it was 20 something. I mean, that's insane.
And then in 2001, he threw 23. And then flirted with 21, 2, 3, 4, 5 more times.
That's a ton of interceptions.
Yeah, in those years that he flirted, he had 19 picks, and then he had 16, 17, 15, and 17. So
yeah, see that to me has always stood out is him being careless with the football, and it cost him games. Yeah, so okay, well, I get it. So you went 3 Patrick Mahomes.
It also helps when, like, if you're looking at it, Mahomes came in. Now, granted, he was given Andy Reid and such. Mahomes came in and has done it right away. Like there was the 1 year waiting period when he got drafted behind Alex Smith. But like there was no waiting period for him to become great.
No, I dude was ready to go as soon as he hit the field.
And then I think 2 and 1 are pretty
that's
self-explanatory.
That's fine. Brady threw 212 picks
to 649 touchdowns though.
Yeah, I guess that ratio is pretty good.
That's a 3.06 touchdown interception ratio.
Yeah, I mean,
versus Brady, what was
Brady
Peyton?
can throw. Brady could have threw 300 picks. He still has 7 fucking Super Bowls, so it don't matter.
I mean, yeah. Versus Peyton's was 2.1.
There you go. There you have it, folks.
So, but yeah, I mean, again, Mahomes, it's a little bit more of a trajectory of predicting where he's going to get to when putting him over like Peyton Manning. But I mean, yeah, I mean, he's had the great, I mean, arguably the greatest first 8-year stretch of anybody in history.
Well, he might get comeback player of the year next year because he was hurt towards ACL. Very, very likely that gets back he gets one of those. Who knows? I mean, I would not be surprised if Kansas City comes back and is in the Super Bowl again next year. I don't think anybody would be surprised by that. As long as Andy Reid's still there, I think Mahomes has a chance to win a Super Bowl every single year.
Well, and that's the thing is like even if when Andy Reid leaves, like you got to imagine like I could see a scenario like let's just say, and it's a disgusting scenario, but I mean imagine a world where the Rams don't have a plan post Matthew Stafford, Andy Reid retires, and Sean McVay heads to Kansas City.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, I have the chance to coach Patrick Mahomes. I just left Matthew Stafford, and I get the chance to go now coach Patrick Mahomes and essentially guarantee myself minimum the conference title game every year. I mean, so
I would love to see Mahomes and Sean McVay's system. That would be fun to watch.
Disgusting, but
yeah.
All right. So moving on, we talked about Darius Acuff. Where does he rank in the Cal guards? Now the reason I brought this up is because earlier in the week, Kendrick Perkins went on because Darius Acuff had 49 against Alabama earlier this week, in a double OT game. And he went on, and everybody kind of tacked onto it, but they were like, he was basically said Darius Acuff is the best guard Cal has ever coached. And I was like,
he just said guard, not point guard.
Yeah,
guard.
Correct. And so I was like, oh my God, that's a slippery slope. I mean, what are we doing here? So started thinking about it, and I was like, all right, let me go through because I didn't pick like every guard, obviously, that Cal's ever had, because that'd be a lot. But I was like, let's pick out the notable ones. All right. So there was 23 that I picked from. And I'm going to read them to you in order from 23 up, how I would rank.
This is your ranking?
Yeah, okay. How I would rank these Calipari guards. Now, Kentucky fans, before you come after me, please think about them when I'm doing this. And I'm reading off these rankings. I'm ranking them based off how they played in college. So whatever they did in the pros, I did not rank off of. It's based off Calipari guards of how they played when they were with Cal. And then please put your fandom aside. Like if you're like, oh my God, I love Reed Sheppard. How is he this low? It's about how they play. It's not about who we like. None of that. All right. 23, Doug. I went Archie Goodwin from the 2013 Kentucky team. Was the best guard on that team. But, I mean, that team was abysmal to watch after Nerlens went down. So, 23, Archie Goodwin. 22, I went Andrew Harrison. Played a pivotal role 2 years in a row. But I think there were obviously better guards than Andrew Harrison. 21, Cason Wallace from the 23 Kentucky team. Number 20, see, because here could be the first like controversial one that people want to pick at. 20, I have Devin Booker.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you take into account, I knew you're going to have Devin Booker low because in college he was coming off the bench anyway. Devin Booker would have been a fantastic guard if Calipari wanted to use him how he probably should have.
If Cal would have just started Tyler Ulis and Devin Booker on that 2014 Kentucky team instead of the Harrison twins, they would have finished the season and undefeated and won the championship.
Probably. Yeah.
19, I have Marquise Teague, who was the point guard on the 2012 national championship team. 18, Aaron Harrison. Obviously, we know Aaron Harrison was the one that hit all the big shots for Kentucky. 17, and now that I think about it, I can maybe swap this one and Aaron Harrison. But 17, I had Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe was a dog.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Bledsoe could have been much better for Cal if, John Wall just didn't happen to be there. 16, I have Rob Dillingham from the 24 Kentucky team. 15, Reed Sheppard from the same Kentucky team. 14, I went Tyler Hero from the 2019 Kentucky team. 13, which people kind of forget a little bit because we never got to see this team play in the tournament or anything, but 13 from the 2020 Kentucky team, Emmanuel Quickley, who was actually the SEC Player of the Year that year.
Yeah.
12, I went Antonio Reeves from the 24 Kentucky team, which is wild to say that I'm going Antonio Reeves, Rob Dillingham, Reed Sheppard. We're all on the same team. And they fucking lost to Jack Golke.
That's funny.
That's why you gotta love March, though, buddy.
Yeah, it's true. That's
number 11.
Basketball great.
Number 11, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, if we were comparing these guys as pros, going forward, Shai probably be number 1 on this list. But
yeah,
this is based off how they played. So now we get to the top 10. Number 10, Brandon Knight. Probably the most disrespected guard from the Cal era. Because all people remember is just the man getting crossed by Kyrie and dunked on by DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, that is hard to forget, but yeah, in college, Brandon Knight was a very good.
I mean, he hit 2 crucial shots against Princeton and then Ohio State to put them, in the Final Four that year. They lost to event. They went
to the Final Four that year.
Yeah, they ran into the buzzsaw that was Kemba Walker.
Yeah, nobody was being UConn those 2 years.
Yeah. So 9. This is where I put Darius Acuff. I
Okay.
think again, Darius Acuff, I
Yep.
think is very good. And this isn't like me putting this list together. It's not to diminish anything. Darius Acuff, depending on what kind of tournament run he goes on here, could catapult himself onto this list.
Yeah.
But
very
as
possible.
of right now, I think top 10 is is respectable because he's going to probably be a top 10 pick by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So number 8, I had Tyrese Maxey from the 2020 Kentucky team. Now I get it. Quickly won SEC Player of the Year, but I think we know just from watching, Maxey was clearly the best player on that team. 7, Jamal Murray from the 2016 Kentucky team.
God, he's had so many freaking good guards.
This going through this list isn't more so of the ranking. It's just reading off these names and going,
well,
dude.
There's also a name on this list people probably forget he was on, had him as a player.
Well, maybe this is the one you're thinking of. Number 6, Tyreek Evans.
No, he's not the one I'm talking about.
But I mean,
but
still,
yes, I mean, who was an absolute menace in college.
So, so now we get to the top 5. 5, I had De'Aaron Fox from the 2017 Kentucky team. 4, I had Malik Monk from the same Kentucky team.
Okay, yeah, that combo of Fox and Monk was insane.
And Bam was on that team,
and
so they had that trio.
Yeah,
Fox, Monk, and Bam.
I'm just saying for guards.
Well, yeah, guards, no, yeah. I mean, yeah. 3, I put Tyler Ulis from the 2016 team.
Okay,
listen, Tyler Ulis was a dog.
He was,
and I think it's more impressive because of how small he was.
Yeah. What was he, like 5'9"? I mean, he was not that tall, but he did everything right. He made everyone around him better. Nobody could freaking stay in front of that dude. He was so fast. I mean, maybe there's some argument, obviously, move him back a little bit, but I've always been a big Tyler Ulis fan, and now he's what is he? He's on the coaching staff, right, at Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah. All right. So then the top 2, because we all know who the 2 are. It's just where did I put them? Number 2, I had John Wall.
I knew
from the 2010 Kentucky team.
Yep.
Listen, and you can go 1A, 1B with these guys if you want to, because they're both so good. But number 1 for me, took him to the national championship. Won Player of the Year, was the number 1 pick. Really catapulted and started the era of Cal guards. Derrick Rose.
And and I think that because of all the good guards and how long he was at Kentucky, Derrick Rose was the name. I'm like, people probably forget Calipari coached him.
Yeah,
because it was so long ago now.
Because you got to think, like, he had, like, at UMass, yeah, he had good players at UMass, but like his best player was Marcus Camby, who was a big.
Right.
So really the era of guard, like the
guard play.
Calipari guards started with Derrick Rose in 2008.
Yeah.
And then he went from Derrick Rose literally to the very next year he had Tyreke Evans, and then had 2 great years at Memphis with those 2 great guards, gets the job at Kentucky and immediately signs John Wall. And then the rest is history as far as guards from that point on. I mean, he had a great guard essentially every year.
Yeah. Well, I think there was a little bit to go into that. Like back when he was coaching at UMass, the game was about big men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then I think he saw the game was changing towards more guard play, still like it is now. And yeah, he had to adapt, and that's when you started to see him recruiting all these good guards out there. But
that also goes to show you really, I mean, we all know this already, but how good of a recruiter Cal is, because you're talking about a purebred Chicago guy. I mean, Derrick Rose was Chicago through and through, and got him to go to Memphis.
Yeah, and I looked up his stats because I knew that's who you were going to put as number 1.
I think the difference between Rose and John Wall is just simply the fact that Memphis team went to the national championship. Yeah, they lost, but they lost in. It's not like they got blown out. I mean, they lost in kind of heartbreaking form of the Mario Chalmers shot and all that. Like, it's that Memphis team was destined to win. And, they just didn't. But also that Memphis team in general was just very fun to watch. People forget Chris Douglas Roberts on that team. Yeah, Little ball knowledge for y'all right there. Chris Douglas Roberts on that team, dog. Like, so that Memphis team was very fun to watch. And it also made it interesting that year that Tennessee and Memphis at one point were 1-2 in the polls, and they played each other in the regular season. So you kind of had an in-state little thing going on throughout the season. So
yeah, so through obviously Derrick Rose, he was one and done. He only played one season under Cal. He averaged 14.9 points a game under Cal in the regular season. But then when he got into tournament time, which we were just talking about how big it is for him to take them to the national championship game, he averaged 20 points a game in the tournament. So Derrick Rose is pretty much leading that team to victory every game. So Derrick Rose he's one of my favorite players of all time to watch, just how explosive he was and how fun he was to.
Yeah, and you said Derrick Rose averaged what in the regular season?
It says on ESPN it's like 07-08 was 14.9.
Is that right? Let's see. Derrick Rose college stats. It could have been. Yeah, it was 14.9. Wow, I figured he would have averaged more.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too. But really, for me, what solidified it was the 20 points a game in the tournament.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, and John Wall, if you want to go statistics, I mean, John Wall had better stats per se. I mean, he averaged 17 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and a block. But again, I think the fact that Rose went to the championship game, that's kind of the difference. Like,
yep. And again, like you say, he kind of started it all.
Yeah. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Like, people don't realize, because they both said it, if Calipari didn't leave Memphis for Kentucky, Cousins and Wall were heading to Memphis.
Oh, yeah. They were going where he was going.
So we could have seen Cousins and Wall just in Memphis instead of Kentucky. Like,
man, talk about a what could have been type of thing. Memphis would have been who Kentucky was.
For sure. My biggest what if, it's top 3. I won't say my biggest with Kentucky in general. Because, obviously Billy Gillispie got fired. Cal came in. And I know it would have taken away minutes from Eric Bledsoe, maybe a little bit. But if Cal could have just convinced Jody Meeks to stay for his senior year and play his senior year with Wall, Cousins, Patterson, because that's literally all they were missing. That's why they lost to West Virginia, because that team just could not shoot. And they ran into a team that could shoot, and they're shooting 3s, and we're only hitting 2s. Obviously, 3's worth more than 2. You fall behind. There's no coming back.
Was that Darius Butler?
Yes.
West Virginia team?
Yes. Darius Butler, Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla.
Yep.
Was on that West Virginia team. There was another big on that team that was actually pretty good. I'm going to try to find him real quick. So 2009, 2010. Yeah, so they had Deshaun Butler. Devin Eubanks is who I'm thinking about. Devin Eubanks. They also had, as I said, Joe Mazzulla. And they had Daryl Truck Bryant, who ended up being a very good college player. But, yeah. So.
Yeah, Big East was tough back then, man. That was the prime Big East time.
Yeah, but that just makes me so mad because we get past that game. Granted, yeah, we would have had to play Butler, who was on a heater that year, with Gordon Hayward and them. So I get it. But, you get past Butler. I think they beat that Duke team pretty easily with John Shire and them.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, man.
There's just so many what ifs with Kentucky when it comes to national championships or what they should have had. I mean, the John Wall year, you go back. I mean, I'm not even going to say the Julius Randle year because they were an 8 seed, made it to the Natty. I get it. And UConn was also a very low seed, but I wouldn't say we were supposed to win that one. But obviously the 38-1 year, you got to win. The Malik Monk and Fox and Adebayo year, you got to win. We were robbed the COVID year of seeing Maxey Quickly and them potentially winning one.
Yeah.
It's just a. But yeah, outside of that, in college basketball, we had good games yesterday. The biggest one being Duke beat Michigan in DC last night. So that was actually a really good game. Darren Peterson plays actually over 30 minutes, and they get busted by Cincinnati yesterday. So obviously, like Doug has been saying, you can see obviously he continues to ruin teammate chemistry. I think Bill Self's going to have a difficult conversation with Darren Peterson going into the tournament.
So playing off of that, this was actually one of the last topic I wanted to bring up with college basketball. So Carmelo Anthony on, I think it was his podcast or one of the podcasts he was on.
7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So he was talking about this pretty much. He was like, and I agree with him before I say this. He was basically saying this is proving now that you need to let these kids that can go from high school to pros. Because this is exactly why Darren Peterson's not playing his full potential, because he's making sure he doesn't get hurt and like ruin his NBA money, his career, right? Let that kid, who very well could have, and honestly, a lot of these players in this draft might have been able to come out of high school and go play in the pros.
Well, especially if you're paying players now. You're paying them already. Allow them to go if they want.
Let them, if they want to, let them go pro. Now you can't come back. You can't come back. No, they got to set that rule. You can't come back to college if you go pro. And you get drafted number 1 overall, or whatever. But I agree with him. Nowadays, this is what you have to do. You can't just let these kids start to low manage themselves or their agents in college. It's not fair to college coaches. It's not fair to the fans. For college basketball, just let them go be pros if they want.
I never understood why we implemented the rule to begin with. Like if people I get it. Now granted, we would have been, robbed of seeing great players in college, the KDs of the world and everything. But if these guys want to make that decision to go pro, why did we ever take that from them? If they want to go pro and they want to make that decision to go pro, that is their decision. Also, said NBA team wants to draft a high school player. That is your decision to draft that said high school player. So, it's a decision across the board. I don't understand why we ever went away from it. Because also some of our best all-time players from our childhood came straight out of high school. Yeah. Like Kobe, LeBron, KG, Dwight Howard, all straight out of high school.
Yeah. Because they could have. And you're telling me right now, Darren Peterson couldn't play in the NBA. AJ Dubasta couldn't play in the NBA. Cam Boozer could play in the NBA. Good. I mean, your top 3 picks right now could play in the NBA. Darius Acuff Jr. probably could play in the NBA. Michael Brown probably go play in the NBA.
It's like go back the last couple of years. Cooper Flagg could have walked out of high school and played in the NBA.
Clearly, based on what he's just doing in year 1 right now, it's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
Con Knipple, same thing.
Somebody like Con Knipple probably needed college.
I don't know, man. I really think he probably would have. I mean, with the jump shot he's had,
it's a players like that. It gets a tad bit different because people like Con Knipple, Reed Shepherd, like that. Yeah, we're top 3 picks. They needed that year in college to probably just gain their confidence. Like they needed that year. But guys like Cooper Flagg and AJ Dubasta, Darren Peterson, like those guys easily. Cooper Flagg, you knew could go straight out of high school just simply from before he even played at Duke. He was playing in that Summer Olympics run with them and was cooking the USA team.
Yeah, no, so, I will say, we talked about this just as random off of that Cooper Flagg comment. We were talking about, where does the USA go from this? They're starting to be, the Con Knipple, the Cooper Flagg. I think we're starting to see maybe some more U.S. players start to come to rise a little bit, and maybe we're in better hands going forward for Olympics. But
yeah,
and maybe we see some more of this.
Well.
I mean, Darren Peterson could be another one of those guys.
I wasn't going to bring this up, but while we're on it now, Doug,
I
want to get your opinion. So me and my buddy, my dear friend Dale, came up with, because we said we were going to do this and we could still talk about this more in depth a little later. We came up with who would we put on the 2028 Olympic team?
Based
Now that
on
we
how
brought
they're
it up.
playing now?
Yes. So we kind of came up with it. So our list of here, hold on. Let's do this. So this was our list of players that we decided we were choosing from. Not the people that we picked, but this was just who we're choosing from. So this was our list. So you have Ant, D-Book, Brunson, Jason Tatum, Halliburton, Cade, Duran, Chet, Cooper Flag, Bam, KD, Steph, Joel Embiid, LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey, Knipple, Jalen Johnson, Amen Thompson, Zion Williamson, Kawhi, Triple J, Evan Mobley, Stephon Castle, Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
So we decided we were going to pick from this list.
Okay.
Now, some of
I
the
think you
thought
scratch
process,
out LeBron. LeBron
like
ain't playing.
LeBron. Well, so the only reason we put LeBron, Embiid, and Steph in there was because you got to remember the Olympics are in America in 2028. So I think there's going to be that little bit of added.
Okay.
They want to be there. Now, whether LeBron's still playing by then, I think Steph probably will be playing by then. Same with
I think
KD.
Steph will play on that team.
So now, in saying that, so there's 15 spots available. These were the 15 we chose from that list. And if you want reasons why, I can give them to you. So for the guards, we picked Ant Edwards, Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton, Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell, Con Knipple, and Stephon Castle.
Okay. I don't think those need reasonings. That makes
Forwards,
sense.
we picked Mikal Bridges, Jalen Johnson, KD, Cooper Flag, Jason Tatum.
Okay.
And then the centers, we picked Bam Adebayo, Jalen Duran, Chet Holmgren.
Okay.
I think those are the 15 you send over. Now, the questions like...
Well, you did say Steph, right, in the guards?
No, I did not. I didn't. We left those guys out. So...
Okay.
Reason why we picked guys like Bridges and Castle is because there's always, those one or two people we take over these are our straight defensive dogs. Like, they are on the court to just play defense. And that's what Castle and Bridges would essentially be on the court just to play defense for.
So for your captains, would you have Kawhi? Did you have Kawhi in there?
No, I did not.
Okay, sorry.
My captains would probably at that point be KD, Ant. I don't know. Do they pick 3 captains out of that?
I don't know. Like KD, Ant, yeah. Then I still think Steph Curry plays on that team.
He might, but we kind of left the older guys off just for now because we don't know. Like, there's just that unknown.
But this is the future
outside
though.
Of KD. But
for the next foreseeable few Olympics, this is our for future.
But again, Castle on there for defensive purposes. Same with Bridges. Yeah. Knipple's out there essentially just to be the shooter. He may not play a whole lot, but if we need moments where we need a couple threes, we put Knipple out there. And then your main guys, Ant, Cade, Coop, these are your guys that you're building off of going forward.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. I still think they're not going to be,
This team still wins gold in my eyes.
I would say you're still the favorite to win gold, but I do think the gap is closer now for their other teams with, even KD is going to be older now too. That in a couple years.
Yeah, for sure.
So even him, he won't be playing,
but
like that.
But the gap is closer between France and USA, but specifically, but
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to really bring that up, but since we were talking about it, since we were already talking about it.
Maybe we just finished up Winter Olympics. Makes sense.
Start talking about the Summer Olympics in a couple of years.
I want to talk about warmer weather and golf.
Yeah, please. Scotty Scheffler spotting people 14 strokes before he starts.
Let's see, real quick before we go, let's see where he's playing today.
Let's see, where's he at? He tees off at 12. He's supposed to have already teed off. It says he teed all over there 12:35. So he tees off for us at 3:35. Or no?
No, that time's right here.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm thinking Pebble Beach for whatever reason from last week.
No, that's here.
So yeah, he should have already teed off.
He is
10 minutes ago, actually.
He's right now. He's 5 under, tied for 28th.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they're on a delay.
2:30 or sorry, 12:35 is when you're supposed to tee off. So yeah, because most of these guys already have. I mean, my favorite's still Rory. I don't know, Bridgman is 19 under. Shit.
Yeah, well, but yeah, I mean, it just seems like Scotty's just spotting everybody 15 strokes, and it's like, all right, I'm going to try to see if that's like his new challenge this year. If
I 100% expect Scotty Scheffler to finish top 10 in this tournament today.
You know, let's see if I could spot people 15 strokes, and let's see how much closer I can get.
Yeah, he don't care. He's not going to lose his number one spot for this.
No, I mean,
Rory winning would make it whatever, but not like that. God, I don't like Rory at all.
Yeah, I'm not a.
I need Bridgman to pull that out, keep the lead. He's been playing really good golf this year so far. Jacob Bridgman.
Yeah, but again, he choked the lead at the was it Pebble or was it the other one?
Man, he shot a 64 yesterday.
But we'll see. Again, I like the idea of Scotty spotting everybody 10 to 15 strokes and then seeing if he can make a comeback.
Yeah. So, man, Bridgman 66, 64, 64. Those were his 3 rounds. That's insane. It must be a gettable course. I haven't watched the tournament this week. Yeah, okay. All right, well, guys, that does it for this episode. Remember, if you liked it, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, give us a follow. If you didn't like it, we don't really care. We're gonna still do this for fun, and we'll see you guys in the next one.